to thank the Wig Company for providing Luxurious for me to review today. The Wig Company has been in the industry for over 50 years, and on their website they say the Wig Company is a trusted industry authority. Our extensive knowledge and credibility are backed by our best in the business guarantee policy. They have a in-house brand as well as leading brands such as Gabor and Raquel Welch, but their in-house brand, which is the Stunning Statements collection, offers very affordable wigs that have good quality, that are comfortable, and really are competitive with the leading brands. So make sure that you go over and check out the Wig Company. Their slogan is "Everyone is beautiful," and I love that because I believe we all are beautiful in our own way. Luxurious. Luxurious is a synthetic style. It's non-heat friendly, so you cannot use heat on it, but it is ready to wear right out of the box, y'all. This is right out of the box. I just did a reel on it yesterday and separated the zigzag part and showed you how to put the wig on. I'll put that in on the screen so you can see that. But this is day 2 and I've done nothing to the wig. And this is essentially the way it looks right out of the box. So as I said, the fibers are synthetic and they're very soft. And the style is just, I think, really good for every day. It's perfect to wear to work or on your weekend outings because of the length. The length is mid-length. It sits right at my collarbone. My measurements are 7 inches on my face and 4.5 inches on the neck. Now the measurements are 6 inches at the front, and I'd say that is the shortest length here. It does have a side swept bang. So if you wanted a bang at the front and you wanted to trim those bangs and have it on your forehead, you could absolutely do that. But the way the style wants to lay is side swept, and so it just has a little bit of a feathering to it. And so that shortest layer is 6 inches, and then you have 8 inches from the top. So I'd say that is this layer right here. And then it has 10 inches from the sides. It is layered. You can see the layers throughout it. And then it has 11 inches from the back and 8 inches from the nape. So let's look at Luxurious on all sides. You'll see that I'm going to take the wig off here in a minute and show you the cap construction. It does have a lace front and a left side mono, but at the ends of the style, it just flips out. Now, it's the way that the wig lays. It's just the way it's wispy and the way it's cut. There are sometimes you'll see the layers want to curl forward, and then these ends want to sweep up. I think it's just really cute. It's just really wispy, and I love the movement to it. It has really good movement, and it just makes it look really natural. It has a low density, but it's not so low that it shows the wefting, I don't believe. You guys will have to tell me if you saw the wefting, but I don't believe it's so low that you're going to have to worry about it showing the wefting. But it is very low density, so it looks natural and realistic. So let's take it off, and I'm going to show you the cap construction on Luxurious, and I want to talk to you about the part line area. So there is a lace front that is from the front of the ear tab to the other front of the ear tab. It does not extend into the ear tab. And then you have a left side mono that you can part there, so you cannot change the part but only on the left side. And then you do have a little bit of permatease here to the right of the part. It's not a heavy amount of permatease, it's just enough to give it a little bit of lift there at the crown area. And then it is an open wefted cap. It does have some stretch to it. I'm a 22.5 circumference, and I feel like you could easily get a 23 in the cap. The ear tabs are felt covered, and they do have a metal stay in them. You have an extended nape and the Velcro strap adjusters, and y'all know I love Velcro strap adjusters because they don't move. You put them there, they stay. Those hook straps, they come out and you have to adjust them a lot, and they do get on my nerves. But so this is my favorite kind of strap adjusters, and that allows you to move the straps in or move them out to adjust to your circumference, about up to 1/2 inch. And I want to talk to you about the part line, and I'm going to show you when I put the wig back on what I'm talking about. It is densely threaded, you see there. So what you might have to do is pluck this part line if you want to expose the part, because even when I pull, you don't really get to see any of that part. So I am going to take the wig off here in a little bit, and I'm going to show you what you can do to pluck that part and make it a little bit more realistic, because I think on this wig I can say that most all of the features cause this wig to look realistic and natural. I think the only thing that would take away from the realism would be that part area, but that's easily fixed by just doing a little bit of plucking. So let's put the wig back on, and I'm going to describe to you a little bit more in detail on this shade. The shade is F829. It is a warm medium brown with some caramel honey highlights. Those highlights are more pronounced in some parts of the style, and then the placement is softer in other parts of the style, but it has a really pretty dimension throughout the body of the style. There is not a root, so they take those highlights all the way up to that part line, and so it's just evenly distributed. But I think on a shade like this shade in particular, you don't really necessarily need a root because of that rich, warm, deep brown. So it is absolutely stunning for this fall, y'all. If you are a brunette and you want a little bit of a highlight, then this is a great choice. Or if you are brave, you are a blonde, and you want to step outside the box and try a brunette, I think this is a gorgeous shade to try out. So once again, it is F829. To begin plucking your part line, you'll need a pair of tweezers with a pointed tip, and you'll want to stretch out your cap to expose the monofilament part. You'll take your tweezers and you will use a thinning approach. By this I mean you are plucking fibers away from the lace on either side of the part line, moving from right to left, and then brushing away the fibers as you pull them to see how much of the lace you have exposed. You don't want it to be too wide at the part line. You just want to thin out a few fibers to make it a little bit more sparse. You don't want it to be a rigid part, so you're just alternating from one side to the other. You want to be careful not to rip the lace, and to do this you will pull the fibers tight, holding them with your fingers and stretching it out to create the tension. You'll continue to do this until you have the part line exposed the way that you want it. You can take the wig off of the mannequin head. You can put it on your head and see if it is the way you want it. If it isn't, then place it back on the mannequin head and continue to pluck. You just don't want to over pluck, because as you are well aware of, you can't replace any of the fibers that you have removed. A couple more things I like to do to make the wig look more natural and realistic is I will spray it down with some water, and comb it through to smooth out those fibers. And there's that part line after it's been plucked. Already looks more natural. And now what I'm going to do is grab my dry shampoo. This is the Batiste brand, and it is for brunettes. You'll find with brunettes they're not quite as shiny out of the box like a blonde shade would be, but sometimes there's still an appearance of shine and that plastic look. So I will spray it down with dry shampoo and then just comb it through, and it has more of that natural hair appearance. And after that, it's just combing it and moving the fibers around to where you feel like it looks more natural and realistic. There really wasn't a whole lot to do with Luxurious. It was ready to wear right out of the box. Yeah, I really want to remark on this hairline. For this to be a wig that's listed under $105, for the hairline to be as good as it is, I'm really impressed. I mean, from this distance, say you're, sitting in a room, you're at work, no one is going to be able to see that hairline. And it is so good that you could pull it up off of the face. Now right here you see the transition from the cap to the lace. So you remember I showed you that it just comes from here to here. It doesn't go all the way down to your temples. So if you want to pull it back, then I would pull just a few strands right here and pull those down. And then pull this up and wear it back, because I think with this style, the way it is styled, it would be adorable pulled back like this. But let's look at the lace front. It is so good, y'all. I mean, I'm really impressed for this wig. The price point on this wig and the hairline, I mean, it stands up against some of the more higher end brands. They bring their light highlight in the front, and then you have some of that brown in there as well, but they just evenly distribute it, and then it is just really naturally done. I'm really impressed with their hairline, and it's comfortable on my head. I don't feel like it's going to irritate, be scratchy or anything. And you can take your fingers and kind of move the hairs around. That's what I like to do when I first get a wig out of the box, is just take my fingers and move those knots around, and then that'll just kind of move if there's any kind of baby hairs, or make the wig look even more realistic that way. But I don't feel like you're going to have to pluck this hairline in any way to make it look more realistic. You might just have to work on the part line. I'd like to thank the Wig Company once again for providing Luxurious for me to review. I'll put the link in the description box below that will take you directly to the wig, and you can use my code SANDY30 to save yourself 30% off of your first purchase at the Wig Company. And before you go, please leave this video a like, a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll never miss any of my exciting, fun-filled videos. And I'll be wigging. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye.